Hey y'all, Jonathan McGary here with Pleasant Hill Baptist, and this is another edition of What I Have Noticed. Have you ever had someone hurt you? I mean anything from people just making fun of you, to betraying you, to just doing you dirty. Every day people experience hurt and pain, betrayal of a friend, a cheating spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend, they get cut from a team, or maybe even they get fired from a job. Perhaps it's just so-called friends who are constantly trying to make themselves look better or seem bigger or be funny by belittling or embarrassing you. The ones that are closest to us seem like their actions can cut the deepest. When that happens to you, how do you respond? Do you want to hurt them back, take them to court, or secretly hope that they get what's coming to them? Do you become consumed with finding a way to get revenge for how they have wronged you? What I have noticed is that many people respond in this very same way. Furthermore, I have noticed that there are times that I respond in that way. But what I've noticed is that when I read my Bible, that's not the way Jesus responded, nor wants us to respond. Luke 6:27 and 28 says this, "But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you, bless them that curse you, and pray for them that despitefully use you." The prevailing philosophy in the world today is that you have to hit them back and make them pay for how they have wronged or hurt you. But that philosophy is just that. It's the world's philosophy, and it's not a godly response. 1 Peter 1:15 says this, "But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation." When Peter wrote these verses some 2,000 years ago, he was a Christian living in a Roman-ruled world. Christians in that day certainly knew hurt, persecution, and the wrath and ridicule of an unbelieving world. They were often accused of things that were not true and belittled and persecuted for things that they did believe. The human nature of those people in that day was no different than it is today. Human nature wanted to get even and get them back for the pain that they caused. We are to be holy in all of our conduct. We are to be holy because God is holy, and we are to reflect Him. The word holy in this case does not mean perfect, but rather distinct, different, separate, and out of the ordinary. In other words, we are to respond as Christ and Paul responded, and how God would have us respond today. When hurts come, and they will come, we are to respond with love, grace, humility, and forgiveness. We are to respond this way because this is how God has responded to us, and we are to reflect that others as God's witnesses. So how do you respond? Maybe the better question is, if you've noticed what I've noticed, how will you respond? Will you allow the character of God and the grace of God to flow through you to a world in need? Until next time, remember that I love you. More importantly, remember that Jesus loves you, and keep your eyes on Him.